too much. But you can't see the sewing machine. There we go. Alright, so I apologize to people who don't like the sound of a bobbin being wound. In this video, I'm going to be making an NCW really quick. This is one of my last custom orders of the year. I'm super excited. I just have literally 2 NCWs to make, and that's it for orders that I wanted to get out. Other than like a few. One of them's for a friend, so she doesn't mind waiting. Ooh. Lift that up. There we go. Hey Rochelle. Hi Connie. Hi Allie. Hi Patty. Hi Allie. Yeah, Happy New Year. From the 4 corners. Hey Sandra. Happy New Year to everyone overseas that's already celebrated, living in the future. Gonna wind 2 bobbins. Already in 2020 in Australia. Nice. I actually bought a new car in November, and it's a 2020. And I was like, it isn't even in the new year yet. Great way to end the year, right? I actually had makeup on, so I was like, I may as well. Allie, me and my bottle of wine will be on the couch and fast asleep by 10. First time. Oh, welcome, Linda. Okay, so speaking of the NCW, I was thinking, I was contacted by a lady. She was at the meetup. Oh my gosh, Patty, I so far love my wide ironing board. I'm really thankful my father-in-law got me a wide one. I didn't tell him I wanted one. I just wanted a new ironing board. But it's also super stable. Like, my cat Connor jumped up on there, and he's so heavy, and it didn't wobble at all, so I'm really glad. I'm pretty sure it wasn't super cheap, but I mean, I use my ironing board all day, every day, so I'm really thankful for it. Hello, Tucson, Arizona. Okay, so really quick, let me talk about things I want to do in 2020. So my sister is moving back. She's in North Carolina right now. She's moving back to Tucson, and they have a little community center. So I want to have like a sewing meetup in Arizona. So not necessarily anything where we'll be sewing a project, but I still think it'd be fun to meet up because there are a lot of people in Arizona. Phoenix, Arizona? I am not watching you from work. Oh, thank you, Barbara. New Jersey, that's awesome. Yeah, I can drive. Yeah, Trish, that'd be so fun. Oh my gosh, there's so many Arizona people. It's crazy. I was just following your Sydney crossbody bag video to make mine. Oh, yay. I love the Sydney. Okay, so I still want this to be somewhat informative, so I'm going to talk about what I'm doing as well. So this is the NCW card slots. Northern Arizona. Oh my gosh, that's so fun. So I cut this to 16 by 16. I do have a video of me folding it. And then on the back, I've measured 8 inches from each side, and that's what these lines are. So those are going to be my basting stitch lines. So really quick, I'm going to fold parts out of the way and top stitch. The other thing I wanted to talk about is, so someone came to the Midwest meetup, that's not what I called it, the sewing meetup in Springfield, and she brought a Janome HD9 for me to play with, and she mentioned that she has a quilt shop or a fabric shop, and she wants to replace her Brother 1500s with those machines. And I was like, oh, if you do, you have like a classroom, I would love to come teach something. That would be so fun. And she just placed a hardware order and like reminded me of her information. So it's in Michigan, I think Whitewater Rapids, Michigan. So if anyone's interested in that, let me know. 10 minutes till 2020 in Holland. Oh, fun. New Year's in Germany in 10 minutes. Happy New Year, everybody. So cool. So I'm just not sure exactly what project I would want to teach, but it sounds like a lot of fun. Yes, if not far from Ohio. I don't know. But I don't know if it would be like a weekend thing, if that's what people would prefer as far as travel, or if they would prefer it just be like a one day, or like one day cutting and interfacing, and then one day sewing. Oh, don't cut it yet. All right, so then I've got it basted there, and now I'm gonna baste it along the other open side. I believe it's Whitewater Rapids. I don't know, she drove all the way to Springfield though, and I was just like, lady, that's amazing, thank you. 6 hours before midnight in Miami. Oh, wow. And then I'm just cutting in between those basting stitches in the middle. No, yes, you do have to trim down the card slots. So the way I do it is after I fold everything together and press it on my heat press, I measure 1 inch below this card slot here, so this whole piece here is 1 inch, and then I just cut that off. And then put the right sides together. Oh man, I bet it's really nice in Miami. I was just in Tampa and it was beautiful. I mean, it was a little rainy, but I like that. So then this is what we're looking at. Card slots facing down, card slots facing up. And then what I like to do is I have this 4-inch wide ruler. Oh, fun. Damn bushfires. Oh, I'm sorry, Cheryl. Hope you guys are keeping safe. So I'm, again, doing like 4 inches on either side just because sometimes it's not exactly center. So I kind of go in the middle. Hi, Carla. Oh, thank you so much. And we're not doing much tonight. A few friends coming over, playing board games. That's what I like. All right, so I've got my center line very lightly marked, and I'm just gonna sew down the center, and I like to back stitch at the card slot tops, because you know when you slide cards in and out, that's where the most stress is gonna be. And there's what it looks like from the back side. Happy New Year's Eve. Hi, Maggie. Oh, thank you, Lori. Oh, what did I drop? I don't even know what I dropped. Oh, the D-ring. Okay. Okay, so then the back of the card slots goes on. Oh, thank you. Kim, you too. Yeah, I'm so excited. I definitely want to focus on some sewing meetups this year. We've got the retreat planned, which I'm so excited for. And there are 3 spots left at the retreat. Well, workshop, not a retreat. So that's just amazing to me. Thank you guys so much. So much. Thank you to Sunny for doing that. Oh, thank you, Nancy. Anything in California? Yeah, come on over. So I'm really not sure about California just because okay, so I'm terrible and terrified of things. Anxiety, you know how that goes. So I don't necessarily want to be like the main planner of something. I'm not great. Erica says, I'm glad to find your live tonight. My husband has to work tonight and my Oh no, Erica, that's the worst. Can I ask if you have a serger or a cover stitch machine? I have both. Northwest. Okay, Patty says Whitewater Rapid City is on the northwest side by Traverse City. Beautiful area. Trish, yeah, get on it. So Trish is my contact in California. Okay, Chelsea, so I bought this like blowout tool. It's like a hair brush and a blow dryer at once, and that's what I used yesterday, and I was like, this is amazing. My hair looks like crap 80% of the time, and I know it. Anyway, season's greeting to you and your family, Lauren. Glad to see you always at work. Aw, thank you. Cheryl, I want to do something in Australia so bad. So bad. Because I know there's a lot of viewers, and I have a lot of sewing friends down there, you know? But like to plan that myself, I'm just not, yeah. I take everything way too personally. And I can't do it. I need one of those. I know, right? It was like 70 bucks. It's a Hot Tools thing. CJ's dad got me an Ulta gift card. And I was like, I don't want to buy more makeup. God knows I have enough makeup. Let me buy something I will use. And yeah, I'm obsessed. Because it like heat straightens your hair and styles it all at once. Okay, so here are my card slots. Here are my card slots now. I use 809 to interface all of this. That makes it not too thick to sew through and still gives a lot of stability without making your card slots like stretch out over time. Morphe makeup, nice. I don't love Morphe. I am obsessed with like the high-end things. Nobody needs to spend, like I have an eyeshadow palette, the one I used today was $120. It's neutrals. You don't need to spend that much money. Oh yeah, I got this from Target. Well, my mom bought it for me. Anyway, guys, we're here to sew, not talk about my hair and cats. Okay. My sister brought me a hairdryer brush for Christmas, and it changed my life. Yes, exactly. Catherine, do you mean the, like, conspiracy palette? Because no. I used to be obsessed with, like, buying all the new stuff, and I'm like, realistically, what all do I need? I don't need it. But my friend got me one of his mirrors for Christmas, and I'm so excited about it. I was like, okay, that's one of those things I've wanted to purchase, but, like, realistically can't justify needing. So, shout out to Josie. Thanks so much. A retreat, heck yeah. Okay, cool. I was on live with my daughter and she got one. Oh, nice. Someday, Chelsea. I'm trying to think if I have like a small Jeffree Star palette I never use. I know I have some lipsticks if you want some. Oh, cool. Hi, Judy. Happy New Year to Germany. All right. So I'm using a 7-inch all-purpose zipper. I've folded the ends out at a 90-degree angle, and I'm sewing through my zipper pocket lining and exterior all at once. And then I'm going to flip my lining down inside and press using my iron, so there's a close-up of that. Using this iron that barely steams. I got it to work yesterday, but now it's not. Hi, Anita. Oh, my chair. I struggle doing zippers that way. Hey, if zipper tabs work for you, it works. Isn't that cute? American Eagle. I've been wearing this for 2 days straight. Okay, so now I'm gonna add the back side. So I lay the other side of the fabric face down, and then I like to flip it over to line it up, turning the edges of my zipper. And then lay the other lining fabric piece. So for interfacing, what I like to do is 809 on the back side. You can either not interface this, or you can interface it with a woven fuse, something like that, and then don't interface your lining fabrics unless you really have to, because once you add stuff in there, it's gonna add enough thickness anyway. So I don't think it's necessary. Cheryl, yes, it does snow where I live. We get all the seasons, sometimes all on the same day. Oh, this is my chain stitch machine. I actually have a video, a few videos where I show you guys how it works and using it and stuff. All right, so now we're going to top stitch the other side. So I'm folding the opening, folding it open at the zipper. And I'm sewing through the lining and the exterior at once. None of these fabrics that I'm using are vinyl, so this is for an all fabric NCW. Okay, so now I'm going to unzip my zipper about halfway. Diane, yes, it is the Amon thread. Superior is a different thread company. So sorry if I said something confusing one day. That's what it's like inside my brain. Okay, so right sides together. So you're gonna have raw edges. And I'm just sewing all the way around the outside in a U shape. Trim that thread. Okay. And then I like to leave plenty of fabric on this outer lip, but trim down this raw edge. Hey Helen, yes. That's one of my favorites. When so for the throwback videos, I was just going through old So Whatever live videos, all the ones I could find. For some reason, I can't find a lot of them. And just kind of uploading ones that don't have music playing, otherwise YouTube will mute them. Aw, thank you, Empress. Great way to end the year, yay! I'm gaming in a chat room, Nightbane, RPG. Keep cutting away to see what's happening here. Aw, that's so fun. So if you guys are in the So Whatever group and you see some videos because you're bored or something that you like and you think I should upload, let me know. All that I have planned is an Aster video because I've only ever made one. And then the Tiffany bag by Sally Tomato. Those are the two that I have in the queue to upload for the next couple Thursdays. Kathy, my fabric is quilting. It's a curmudgeon of fabrics. So the printed fabric is linen cotton canvas from Spoonflower. The back black fabric is actually a broadcloth because once you interface it, it's fine. And then this is Kona cotton from Joann's. It was the best brown I could find. So now I am top stitching around this zipper pouch essentially. And what we're doing is hiding those raw edges. So this is like a faux French seam, basically. I don't know, is it a faux French seam or a real French seam? So it gets kind of hard to top stitch as we get closer to the zipper up here, so just do your best. I can't usually get all the way, but I try. All right, so that's what that looks like in the end. And then I'm gonna fold this in half. And I'm gonna add 2 Wonder clips to the outer edges, and then add a piece of double-sided tape to the bottom. Hello to Canada. So we're basically making like a spine on this zipper pocket. And then I just leave this sit. So these 2 items I'll come back to later. Just sit there. Think about what you've done. Okay, so now I'm gonna add my magnetic snaps to the flap. So for the flap, do you ever put a zip at both ends of that zipper pocket? Yes, I have. It isn't too complicated, especially when you do that method. So eventually I'd like to do a video, but not many people request it. I do charge $5 for that. Okay, so for my flap, I'm telling you, this is a beautiful combination. Both exterior fabrics have woven fuse, and then both of them have a layer of Decaville light. So this together creates a flap that isn't like way too stiff. It will kind of stretch out a little bit over time, but it'll also hold up nicely. So this has been my like combination when I'm doing all cotton fabric wallets. Alrighty. So now I'm going to add my magnetic snap, not to my front fabric, to my upside down fabric. So I'm going to fold this in half, make a nice center crease. You can also measure it. It should be like 4.25 to the center. And then 1 inch from the bottom is where I'm going to add my magnetic snap. Oh, thank you, Angie. Welcome. So glad you could join us. All right, so I'm setting up my washer in the center and marking out the parallel lines and using my seam ripper to cut it open. We have people watching that are in different decades right now. That's crazy. Thanks, Helen, for pointing that out. You're still a genius. Bonjour. Okay, so you can either pull these in or out. Kat, I haven't tried it yet. I have tried none of that stuff. I haven't opened it. I feel guilty because I haven't made a video yet. I'm like, I haven't earned it. I'm so weird, I know. All right, so right sides together. Like to make sure I match up those curves. Ooh, lunchtime New Year's Day here in New Zealand. Nice. Eat some lunch for me, I'm hungry. And I land in the middle of a Harry Potter masterpiece. Aw. This is actually a Christmas order. Someone ordered late, so it's not my fault. But I want to get it done before the next decade. Actually, I have 2 more NCWs. Well, 1 more NCW. That's a custom order that I want to get out. I'm just following along that curve nice and slow. I was thinking about it today, and I've probably made like 150 NCWs easy, maybe more. But one of my goals for this year is to actually keep track of what I make. Just like write it down. Like today I finished this, this, and this. Just so at the end of the year I can look back and be like, whoa. All right, trimmed all that down. Flipping it right side out. Doing that white chair in the background. Yeah, from IKEA. I put rollerblade wheels on it. It was supposed to be for my chain stitch. The pouches go yesterday. I finished a fairly large stack. I'm gonna cut them out tonight while we're playing games so I can be productive. But I still have a giant stack. I'm not sure if you can see it, but right there is the stack I still need to make. Happy New Year's to Sarita. Oh, gonna change the flaps. Nice, Kelly. A so happy New Year. Oh, I love that. Oh, Ashley, that's fun. Okay, so I am one of those people that's like, I'm gonna have a planner. I'm gonna write out everything. Yeah, no, I lose it or I forget. The thread that I like to use is the Amon thread from Sunny Sewing Machines. I promise you that is good stuff. All right, so now I'm going to press this with the iron. Careful, use lots of steam. And then I can kind of roll it. I need to put a rhinestone tiara on. The rainbow is out again. Oh man, you guys were just talking about that yesterday too, I think. Was it yesterday? It feels like a million years ago. All right, so then I'm going to top stitch along the outer edge. And I'm pretty much following the inner foot of this machine as my guide. And I'm holding on to the turn wheel to kind of help keep it slow. Because when I feel like I'm getting too fast, I can just grab the turn wheel and stop myself. And then I'm going to sew across the top. Feel free to send me an email about the rivets. I think I have more than what's on the website, but I always forget to check. But it'll also remind me that I need to place a hardware order before the day is out, because I'm pretty much out of rivets, even for myself. I know Kat sent me an email about rivets and I still haven't checked that either, because I am a professional. Okay, so this is the wristlet strap, and I'm just cutting off a small portion of it to make my D-ring strap piece. Oh, yay! From FM Fabrics, they were able to ship it. Did you call them? Controversially, no. A band's... Norma, I definitely want to make men's wallets at some point, but I just haven't found a pattern that I really like that could be used with the materials I use. I know there's some great cork patterns. Sonar Nicole, she has some great men's wallets patterns. And then I know there's like the Gentleman's Wallet by Mrs. H. That's when I downloaded and was like, I'm gonna make it. No, I didn't. I messaged them on Messenger, then called Julie. It was fast and their faux leather is like butter. Yes. Okay. Could I possibly make the Mia wallet? I would like to. Again, there's so many different patterns I want to make. But it's hard for me to sit down and learn new ones. But I'm going to try. Okay, so I'm going to make the wristlet strap really quick. And what I've done is I've just folded one edge under and then folded the raw edges into the center, and then I'm going to fold it over again and top stitch in a U shape. And this is cut to 3 inches wide by about 16 inches long, and then I've interfaced it with woven fuse. And then I'm going to take this D-ring, slide this through. So this is my finished edge that I'm sliding through. And then I'm taking that raw edge and laying it face down right underneath, or like right on top of the snap hook. And then when you fold this over, you'll just be top stitching that. So it's quite bulky, but it's fine. And then I'm just going to do a box stitch with a little diagonal. And then you could add a rivet if you wanted to. So there is my wristlet strap ready to go. Set that in my pile. All right, so now I'm ready for the exterior. And the one I made earlier, my snap was off by a lot and I had to fix it. So I'm gonna go ahead and try not adding the snap to this one yet, just because I'm gonna be leaving an opening. So I'll just add the snap later on. Because I hate it when the snap isn't center. Like, I feel like people are paying money for a wallet. You want it to be a good item, you know? All right, so I'm gonna baste the flap on, and I'm gonna baste this D-ring connector in there as well. Sorry if I missed the question about where I have my nameplates made. I do have a video where I talk about where I have the nameplates made, so I apologize for not answering. I did read it. Happy New Year from Castor in Australia. I'm about to start a mini NCW to match my bow bag. Oh, yay! Oh my god, Elizabeth, that's the best day ever. Finished the Emily tote for the workshop. I'll be teaching in April. Oh, yay, Jolynn! Oh, I can't wait. That's gonna be so cool. I want to make vinyl wraps. My machine won't handle to wait for tax return. Oh, Diane, that's the worst. Hi, Eleanor. Okay, so normally your snap would be here. I do have that interfaced. Well, I guess I could make sure it's centered now. I'm just gonna wait. We're gonna wait. All right, so I have cut an opening in this lining piece. What I did was folded it in half, and just snipped like 3 inches. And then I have this nice big opening. So I'm gonna lay these right sides together using clips. Happy New Year, Diane. Okay. My stitch length is still set to 4.5. So what I'm gonna do is kind of start at this outer curve, following the edge of my foot, sewing machine foot. And then I like to add some back stitches on the flap just because there's gonna be a lot of stress on the flap and you want it to hold up. And then I like to trim out the excess only along the outer flaps. Flap? Curve. And then we can birth it. Hi Katrina. I was watching your videos and learned so much. I was wondering if you would ever consider doing a tutorial how to design fabric to upload to Spoonflower. Unfortunately, I will not, just because it's something that took me a very long time to learn, and I don't necessarily want to share that information for free. So I will keep some things to the imagination. Is your fabric available for purchase? No, this fabric is not available for purchase. Happy New Year. Thank you for being a part of my New Year. You've been more important. Aw. Hi, Susan. You're important to me, too. Oh, good question. So for both of these pieces, I interfaced with Woven Fuse, and that's it. Underneath the magnetic snap, I added a little bit of Decaville Heavy. But you could also use Decaville Light that you have scraps of. So I just add a little scrap there. So now I've run my hand along the seams on the side, just kind of making sure that everything's folded out, and then I'm going to press it. I made 3 Lauren bags. The 3 people I made them for love them. Oh, I love that, Bonnie. This is not the XL NCW, although I have seen that and I would love to. That's by Debbie Hunker, right? So cool. All right, so I'm going to press this using steam really quick. And since there's no vinyl anywhere, it's safe to iron all over. And what's cool about the way I designed this fabric is for that like center of the map to be the center of the wallet most times. All right, so now I need to add my nameplate and my magnetic snap. I think 305 people is the most we've ever had watching. Lori, this is not my sewing pattern. This is by Emmeline Bags. It's an incredible pattern though. So easy to make. Okay, so to make sure my snap is like bam perfect, I'm using this air erasing pencil and I'm marking the center of the snap. And this is just like a real jelly pen. It's gonna wipe off no problem. Hopefully you guys can kind of see that. And then what I'm gonna do, I've got everything lined up, is I'm gonna fold the flap over and push it down. Oh, I see it, I see it, okay. I was like, and then what? Okay, so I can wipe that off there. Where did it go? It's right there. It's definitely right there. Oy. So it's kind of hard to see. I should use a silver instead, but that's kind of where it ended up. So I'm gonna double check if that's where I actually want it to be, like if that's where I originally marked it out, just because my last one wasn't great. Give or take. So not bad, but this is still a more precise way of doing it. So you should make sure that it's about 2 inches or like 1.75 inches from your outer edge. And then we're gonna mark out the parallel lines on the washer. Seam rip through there. Make sure you're not ripping through any of your other fabric. You've come this far. Don't mess it up. The roaring 20s. Oh, Ashley, I love that. Okay. And then I'm just gonna double check that it lines up nicely. And she do. Great. So then I need to add my nameplate to the top as well. Oh, did I already have a pen? No. Great, love it. So I'm gonna line it up here. Leah, not Leah, I am using linen cotton canvas from Spoonflower. Deborah, I have a video about where I get my nameplates made. My current ones are through my hardware suppliers, so I will not give out their information, but the people I used to have make my nameplates, I have a video on. Oh, thanks, Target. All right, making sure my nameplate is face up, attaching it. Yeah, girl. Okay, so now I need to top stitch this. Oh, come out of there. Okay. So I'm gonna start at a curved edge. Top stitch the wallet. And then as I go through my flap, again, I like to add just a few little back stitches, especially at the edge of the flap because there's going to be a lot of wear and tear there. I can cut off my excess. Okay. And so some people like to add an interfacing here to close this, but it's fine. You cover it up with card slots, so I never worry about it. I think I used to add like some fusible interfacing there, but it's fine. So now for this part, I am... Can you make a different wallet this year? I would love to, but I also love the NCW. I did make minimalist one year, right? I promise I'll try, but keep reminding me. All right, so I'm centering out the card slots and then I'm folding over the outer edge as tightly as possible. I'm adding 3 clips. Folding that flap in. Can't wait to make Fred Zapper for Christmas. Yes, Karen, they're so great. I don't reach for mine as often, but I just changed the batteries, so I'm more likely to reach for it now. It's even sitting right here. Okay, so there's my flaps folded in, and then what I like to do is fold my wallet up and snap it closed just to make sure that it all feels nice. It feels very nice. And then I'm gonna top stitch the outer edge, and you wanna give it at least the edge of the foot. So I'm gonna go all the way down that way. I try to connect it with my flap top stitching, but it doesn't always happen. So I'm gonna start at the edge, again following the outside edge of my foot, so it's about 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. I'm gonna back stitch, back stitch, back stitch, come all the way down, back stitch, thread zap that, zap that thing up, I don't know. My hair was dark purple. Oh yeah, it's been so many colors. I'm getting it done soon. So there's my top stitch along the side, and I'll repeat it. And I used to think that it wasn't good to sew further from the edge, but it is good because it makes your card slots a little bit tighter and secures your card slots. so then I like to grab this. Could the fabric wallet be done on a domestic? Absolutely. I would not recommend using canvas because these are honestly way too thick for a domestic to really get through easily. But this fabric wallet can be made on a domestic, yes. Okay, so now I have RIP Toys R Us random cards that I will stick into the card slots just to make sure they all fit and look nice. I used to take the time to like put 12 card slots in at once, or like 12 cards in the slots at once. I don't do that anymore. I just test them all individually. Oh, thank you, Sharon. Happy New Year to you as well. Okay, so now I'm ready to peel off this double-sided tape. Make sure your zipper is facing up if that's the way you want to do it. One card slot was upside down. Oh, man. Oh, that's amazing, Tracy. Okay, so I'm lining up the spine with the center of my card slots, and then I'm gonna lay it flat just to make sure that that's where I want it, and it is where I want it. And now I'm gonna use my 1-inch ruler and that water-soluble marking pencil, and I'm gonna lay the 1/2-inch mark on that center crease and just make 2 parallel lines. This is air soluble, actually, not water. Ain't nobody got time for that. And then if you're new to making the NCW, go ahead and leave your ruler at those marks and fold it closed and just make sure that you like where it's at, essentially. So when you have that 1-inch ruler in there, it'll kind of give you an idea of where the bottom will be, and you want to make sure like your flaps line up nicely and stuff like that. This looks like Baby Yoda. That's how I feel about that. Okay, so now I can comfortably top stitch along those lines. I still don't think this part is too thick for a domestic, so that's good. Yeah, it's flying. So now I'm going to stitch around that box. You can do 2 parallel lines, you can do a box, whatever floats your boat, man. I'm gonna do a box. Back stitch, come down, do a little back stitch, pivot, back stitch, back stitch. And then I like to make sure I'm holding on to my starting threads, otherwise they get kind of bunched up and it don't look so good. Pull it out. And there is a nice looking butt. NCW butt. And then if you're worried your card slots won't fit, again, just double check them. The pattern does come with markings for where to fold, but I just kind of eyeball it, clip it, close it, open it, see if I like where I've folded it. But it's kind of like muscle memory. Okay. So there's what it's looking like. So what I'm gonna do is close it. Oh, it's nice. Here's what the back looks like. You can see those line up pretty well. I will update the video with a link to purchase said pattern because I can just copy and paste the description from a different video because I'm lazy. All right, so then I open it and you can see that it looks pretty nice. Cynthia, how do you find out when I'm going live? I would love to find out when I'm going live too. I never know. But there should be like a bell icon that you can click that'll notify you. I'm I'm not sure how it notifies. Maybe someone else can answer. So now you can either add rivets to this, or you can sew it. So I'm going to show you guys how I sew it. I go back and forth whether I want to sew it or rivet it, so it just depends. It's a lot easier with the fabric than it is the vinyl to sew it. Okay, so what I do is I unclip the inside and I keep my clips where I want it folded. And then what I do is I hold on to where I want to sew and I push the rest of the fabric back. So I pull that out, make sure it's locked in place still. And then I try to slam it under my machine and make sure that the zipper pocket piece does not fall out. And then come in about a ½ inch back stitch and then go down as far as I can and continue back stitching. And then thread zap or clip your threads. Rivets definitely look cleaner. So there's that. So there's what that looks like. And then I'm just gonna repeat that for the other side. So I'm holding on. No, unfortunately, if you didn't interface as much, you might be able to sew all the way to the bottom, but I don't think so. Okay. I don't know if we have an orange door hinge situation or not. Yeah, we have an orange door hinge situation. If you do rivets, you just put one at the top of each folded area, correct. Okay, so there are those pieces sewn, and then what you do is then add the other side back in to the clipped area. And what I like to do again is just fold it, make sure I don't need to make any adjustments before sewing those. And you don't want to over interface your wallet, because once you add card slots, it's going to get pretty, or add cards to your slot, it's going to get pretty bulky. You know, change, all that good stuff. Ooh, one thing I forgot to mention, I didn't have to worry about it because of the way I sewed it, but if you follow a different method for this zipper pocket, you want to make sure that it's nicely tucked in. Otherwise, you're going to get some weird wrinkling. Oh, Tammy. Okay, so now we can sew these up. And again, what I'm doing is holding on, pushing the rest out of the way, just to sew down that one side. I'm not really sure what machine you could use to actually help you sew down all the way. I don't know if like a post bed would work, or what. We blame him for being orange. I'll be adding my bag soon. Nice. Okay, so again, I'm gonna make sure that that's in place nicely. I've had them slip out before and I always get so mad. And then sew down that side. And guys, that's it. The wallet's done. And Brittany's here. Good timing. Hello. Oh, Happy New Year. Cheryl, that's insane. So many. And then there's that. Aslan, yeah, you absolutely can rivet the side seams. I've done it before too. I go through phases. All done. All right, thanks so much, guys, for hanging out with me. I have one more of these to make before I can be finished and be happy with what I've done this year, but this year's over. It's crazy. So I'll see you guys next year. Have a nice decade. See you next fall.